Big beat, big debut.
There's not a destination like this anywhere in the Metroplex, probably not anywhere in the country.
We have your first look inside Big Beat Dallas, the next attraction to open at Irving's Toyota Music Factory. Cutting crime.
It's a chance to change it up, now people can sit, lay your head back, it's all right.
See what's behind this first-of-its-kind initiative that has officers and barbershops, and those barbers getting some special experience. Dogs making a difference.
It's very humbling to know of such generosity.
See the life-changing moments when specially trained dogs are matched with the people who need their help, while other families have to say goodbye. Plus, an NFL star is opening a new restaurant, and conditions are improving on the Campion Trail after heavy rains. Now on City Source. Leaders gather to celebrate the completion of a $20 million road construction project. Hello and welcome to City Source. I'm Thomas Gandy. We have the details coming up, but our first stop is the Toyota Music Factory. We have shown you a lot of progress at the entertainment and dining destination, which is owned by the city of Irving. Now the next major section is about to open. It's called Big Beat Dallas, and we got a preview. First came the concert pavilion, and next a series of restaurants at Irving's Toyota Music Factory.
I think it's even greater than what we even imagined. It's a great place to go and plenty of choices.
Next up, the music will multiply along with the restaurants here at Big Beat Dallas. It's a half dozen new venues opening in late March, including this outdoor plaza.
With all these restaurants opening, with the plaza finally being open, it really does feel like it's a mostly finished project, and that's another big milestone for us.
All the unique restaurant and bar concepts that we have here just create a cool atmosphere to come and hang out.
That's the overview. Now let's take a closer look. Billy Bob Barnett is the creator of Big Beat. We caught up with him in Texas Jam House, which specializes in Southern fare around the clock.
This is open 24/7, so you have the breakfast here.
Our next stop is Highway 61 South.
Highway 61 ran from South Louisiana north up through Minnesota. It's where all the legends used to go play. So B.B. King, Muddy Waters. So we decided to bring that here to Texas.
So our next stop, now we're in Bar Manzanilla. Tell me what this place is known for.
So Manzanillo, Mexico is what inspired this concept. It is a tacos and tequila coastal taqueria.
It will offer more than 80 tequilas and food from an open wood fire grill. From there, we head upstairs. We have a nice view overlooking this space. What is this?
So right now we're in Martini Ranch. We're actually standing on the start of the dance floor for Martini Ranch. We love LA, we love Vegas, we love New York. We brought a little bit of each city here into what we expect to be the hottest nightclub in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Now we are in Texas Sea Bar, and you can tell this is kind of the upscale experience.
This is the upscale experience. We expect to compete with Michelin star restaurants in here, actually.
The restaurant is named for Billy Bob Barnett's family ranch.
This is actually our Scotch library. Where you're standing right now is where we'll have a piano bar entertaining guests nightly with one of our bar seatings around.
The space expands outside.
This will be the spot I'll be on the grand opening night. This is the outdoor patio, and it is a prime view of not only the stage 2, but the main stage on the Texas Lottery Plaza. So we'll have entertainment going really from 6 in the morning till 2 a.m.
That entertainment will be free on Monday nights. Other nights there is a cover charge. The venues within Big Beat operate under a common liquor license.
You can carry your drink around openly.
The goal is to have activity happening around the clock, with a rancher's market in the morning, music in the evenings, and food all the time.
We haven't had this kind of activity here, so you kind of got to nurture it and put it out there and get people accustomed to it. And then I think you're going to see some things happen organically.
The Irving Convention and Visitors Bureau is already seeing an impact as the Music Factory nears completion and the Westin Hotel progresses next door, all within feet of the convention center. The CVB brought meeting planners out here nearly a year ago when the complex was under construction.
One of those groups that you talked to
Well, we are considering Irving for 2020 for our National Guard group to come out here.
is now officially the first new contract that we've signed with the new Westin.
The Convention and Visitors Bureau has been calling on them for 26 years. And now the city can meet the group's demands.
One of the things that we look at when we're planning on a site for a location for a conference is how to enhance the attendees' experience.
That group alone will bring 700 visitors, so the CVB expects many more as people discover what's here, and these sounds of construction are replaced with the sounds of music.
There's not a destination like this anywhere in the Metroplex, probably not anywhere in the country.
Grand opening weekend starts March 29th. There are a lot of events for that grand opening. Here are just a few of them. On Thursday, March 29th, from 11 a.m. until 2 p.m., Lunch Hour brings live music to the plaza. At 5 p.m., it's an event called the World's Largest Social Hour. At 9 p.m., country and rock band The Texas Gentlemen will perform. And at 11 p.m., it's a late night party with DJs spinning until 2 a.m. Find the full packed schedule of weekend events at bigbeatdallas.com. And there is still more to come at the Music Factory. Alamo Draft House is expected to open in April, and the final main venues, Kitchen 101 and Violet Room, are slated to open this summer. Here's an idea of what they will look like. Later on City Source, we are back at the Music Factory for an event focusing on the economy in Las Colinas. Now, another planned hotspot, New Orleans Saints star player Drew Brees is the co-owner of a new restaurant that will be opening in Irving. That is the groundbreaking for Walk-On's Bistro and Bar. It will be located at 3165 Regent Boulevard along Interstate 635. It will feature a lot of Cajun favorites along with sports bar staples. Drew Brees did not make it to the groundbreaking, but we heard from the company's founder about how the athlete got involved.
He gave us a call about 4 years ago and wanted to know about our expansion plans and our growth, and he wanted to know if there was a spot on the team for him. And he wasn't looking for a handout just because of who he was. He wanted to invest in the company and be a part of it, to take it to the next level.
Based on results from their restaurants in other cities, they expect Walk-Ons in Irving to bring in more than $5 million a year and employ about 200 people, clearly making an economic impact in the city.
We'll get some money from not only the property tax, but from the sales tax and the alcohol tax. So it's fantastic for the revenue for the city.
We love to visit this area. Our favorite place to stay is at the Four Seasons in Las Colinas and play golf. And so I thought, man, if we could bring Walk-Ons to Dallas, this would be great.
Walk-On's Bistro and Bar is expected to open in the fall. The Irving Parks Department is keeping busy cleaning up the Campion Trail. Last month's heavy rain led to flooding along the trail. This is what it looked like at its worst point, and then you can see some of the mess left behind once the water receded. Mud and debris covered some areas. While crews work to clean it up, some sections are closed. This is the scene at Sam Houston Trail Park, and other areas are affected as well. After an initial cleanup, our view from above showed things looking pretty good. But then more water was released into the Trinity River, and that put more water over some low parts of the trail. We are keeping track of all of this, and we'll bring you updates online and on our next edition of City Source. Irving police are having success with a program they say is the first of its kind in the country. It involves putting officers in barbershops, and no, it's not to make sure you get just the right cut. They believe it's for a much more important reason. We saw the program called Shop Talk in action.
How are you, sir?
I'm doing fine.
When customers first notice Irving police showing up at Off Top Barbershop,
Oh, who got caught up today?
they figure something's up.
First time we came into the shops, people was like nervous. What's your name, man?
Customers soon see the visit is a positive one, part of an Irving police program called Shop Talk.
It's a good way to communicate and reach out.
Barbershop in the African American community is like a communications channel.
Oh, they get conversations.
Here, customers talk about everything.
Say what goes on in the barbershop, stay at the barbershop.
They tackle the fun.
Lots of sports.
It's a lot of character in here, you know?
And the serious.
Current events.
Including what's going on in other parts of the country.
There have been a lot of things on the news over the last few years.
Today, more protests in Ferguson, Missouri.
Hundreds of protesters demanding justice.
When there's an incident involving a police shooting, that's when people are upset.
Police want to have a voice in that conversation, so they make regular visits to Irving barbershops.
You didn't come the wrong day. No, you came the right day.
They work to build relationships and understanding. No question is off limits.
What is the procedure when you do get stopped? Because I have young men that I'm raising, and I have to understand that there's things going on. I want them to be safe.
And to give the barbers some knowledge they can share with their customers, they're going to be putting their scissors down to get their hands on something else.
You ever fired a pistol?
No, sir.
On this day, barbers in the Shop Talk program are at the training academy in the simulator room.
And you just need to deal with whatever is there.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
In this exercise, he's responding to a reported gas station robbery. When it's done, Ray Johnson finds out there may have been more to the story.
That could have been your brother running out or a co-worker running out trying to get away from the gunfire. And it could be the next guy that actually had the gun, but you shot the first guy that came out, right?
I did.
Yeah. So
And the second guy too.
How's that going to look on the news?
It's not going to look
Not
good.
going to look good, right?
I think a lot of times we don't know actually what they do go through. The simulations helps you to see from another angle that they really are trying to do the best job they can do it.
That exercise is part of the latest quarterly luncheon for the Shop Talk group, a chance for all of the barbers to get together with police and talk about what they are hearing in their shops.
We can't control the past, but going forward, I think we're doing some good here.
There's certainly a greater understanding of why things happen the way they do. And when people understand, they're able to maybe more readily accept, maybe not agree, but at least accept that things are happening for a certain reason.
You have a great deal of influence on folks.
They go into the community, they're with the residents, they're with the businesses, and when there's issues that arise, they can address them right then and there.
Excellent. Great, thank you.
You can see it's not always so serious. Irving police hosted a block party outside Mitchell's barbershop last year, and they hope to have another one. They are also hoping other departments across the country take notice of their success.
We really want to expand this here program outside of Irving so that when there are some issues that people feel comfortable coming to the police department, talking to us about it, and telling us, hey, look, this is going on in my neighborhood.
Back at Off Top Barbershop, some customers talk openly about their concerns.
Intimidation. Yeah, really like they're being picked with or something. But it don't always be that.
The conversations we heard were more balanced.
When people say, this, I can say, hey man, you gotta put yourself in those guys' shoes.
And they are now used to having the company of Irving police in their shop. A big change from how it was at first.
Who getting arrested and what happened? But now there's a chance to change it up, Now people can see, okay, lay your head back, it's all right.
You gotta open the door and start certain conversations.
Police say they are growing relationships that can lead to better understanding and ultimately safer communities.
That's what it's about, getting everybody's voice out.
And we have an example of the impact to share with you. The positive relationship paid off when police were searching for a man fleeing a shooting. He thought he would find shelter in a barbershop.
He ran into the barbershop after he discharged the firearm. He started licking his hands, trying to lick the gunpowder residue off his hands. So the shop owner didn't want that in his shop. So he called Chief Spivey himself, and Chief Spivey got on the radio and notified us.
And minutes later, officers arrested that suspect. Met some really neat people on that one. A reminder, you can catch up on any police stories you may have missed. Look for the Irving Police playlist at youtube.com/the City of Irving. Coming up on City Source, a story that may tug at your heart. We are at Canine Companions for Independence in Irving for a special doggy graduation. First, this. In our ongoing series focusing on infrastructure, a celebration for a $20 million project just completed. Leaders from Dallas County, along with the cities of Irving and Grand Prairie, turned out for this ribbon cutting on MacArthur Boulevard. Construction crews expanded MacArthur from Interstate 30 to Hunter Farrell Road. The project took a little more than 2 years to complete. Dr. Elba Garcia is the Dallas County Commissioner representing Irving.
This is one of the best examples of partnerships working well. I think it's what taxpayers in Dallas County want to see. These kind of projects done on time, under budget, and that actually work.
This is great for North Grand Prairie and great for South Irving. Connects us up. It's such an improvement to what Myers Road was for so many years, just the 2-lane blacktop. This is going to increase the traffic flow. It's going to make us more connected. And I think you'll see great things happen back down in here now.
While we've been under construction for a couple of years, it's something we've been working on for 30 years. So bringing Grand Prairie and the city of Irving and Dallas County together to actually make it happen, that's a great feeling.
Before that, representatives from the agencies involved spoke inside a meeting room at Thompson Pike. They shared stories of overcoming the challenges of the project, which included the floods of 2015 and relocating utility lines. A note of special interest for mass transit users in the Las Colinas Urban Center. Crews are adding a new station to the Las Colinas APT, or People Mover as some call it, at the new Water Street development. The construction work means that the entire APT system will be out of commission for about a month. DART shuttle buses will be running instead. The Route 503 buses will serve the Las Colinas Urban Center station and run in a counterclockwise loop in the area. The APT is expected to be operational again in early April. You may have noticed crews clearing land along State Highway 183 at DFW Airport. It's for a massive 600-acre project called Passport Business Park, and part of it is located within Irving city limits. For a better idea of the location, you can see a map here provided by the airport. The land starts just west of Valley View Lane. The airport is marketing the land for warehouses, corporate offices, retail shops, and more. Trails and parks are also in the plans. Irving Mayor Rick Stouffer serves on the airport board.
We have several things that are happening on the airport now that are really going to have an impact on the city of Irving. So you're going to see even more growth and development within the city limits within the airport.
The first buildings should be complete by spring of next year, then the rest will be built in phases. We have a list of the candidates running for city council in the May election. First, the uncontested races. In place 4, which is a single-member district, the incumbent, Phil Riddle, is running unopposed. Place 8 is at large, meaning candidates may reside anywhere in Irving. The incumbent, David Palmer, is unopposed. Place 6 is a single-member district. The incumbent, Brad Lamorges, is not seeking re-election. Here are the candidates in the order they will appear on the ballot. That order is determined by drawing. Shamima Mondal is a crossing guard. Cheyenne Elahi is an attorney. Albert Zapanta is a president and CEO. Now here are the dates to keep in mind. Election Day is May 5th. Early voting will run April 23rd through May 1st. The city secretary's office can answer election questions. That number is 972-721-2493. Now let's switch it up to a graduation ceremony unlike any other. This one involves dogs. Dogs that are specially trained to make a difference, and the result always stirs the emotions. Take a look. The Harrell family is coming together for a picture with dog Albie. They have spent months raising him and teaching him a lot of commands, just maybe not how to face the camera for pictures. You can see that's taking some work, but they want to get it just right, because today is the day they will tell him goodbye. Your final portrait just now.
Oh, it's so special. It's really special for us. It's something to remember today by.
The Harrells volunteered at Canine Companions for Independence in Irving to be puppy raisers. They got adorable Albie in their home to work with him through the puppy phase.
We've learned his commands, we play with him and do all of that stuff.
We're gonna start with our Let's Go's.
They even brought him to puppy class, where the staff at Canine Companions helped the Harrells make the most of his training. Through all of that work, celebration of a first birthday, and daily living, they fell in love.
He's our best friend. He's super sweet and kind, and he just loves everybody and makes us feel so good when we have him in our home.
This day will be his matriculation.
That means that we're turning him in for 6 months of training here at CCI. Now he's going to doggy college.
We have Albie, who was raised by the Harrell family. He is their first puppy. Congratulations.
So those dogs that have finished their 18 months or so with their volunteer puppy raiser are going to come live at our facility here in Irving, spend all day during the week working with their trainer, polishing their basic commands and learning how to do the fancy things like picking up dropped items.
If Albie is successful in his advanced training, he will be matched with someone who needs his help at a graduation ceremony like this one.
These dogs are trained to serve.
This day doubles as puppy matriculation and dog graduation. Dogs that have already finished advanced training are going to work as service dogs or in facilities.
For the first time, we have 3 facility dogs that will go work in therapy centers or at hospitals or special schools.
The Harrells watch to see the happy unions, just like Albie could experience in a few months.
It's so amazing. It's really heartwarming. It's so touching. You see these dogs, what they're going to bring to these families.
I would like to invite James, Jean, and Peter to center stage.
Irving residents, the Saligas, are getting skilled companion dog Elise.
The past 8 3/4 years have been really tough with James. He's got multiple diagnoses.
For us today, this is kind of a step for greater independence for him, helping him learn how to speak more. He's currently nonverbal.
Presenting Elise today are Sandy and Danielle.
The Austin family that raised Elise is here to hand over the leash.
I had her for 22 months, and it was a long time, and it was tough to give her back to them, but that was the job we had. It's an experience you'll never forget, to be able to give someone something that will mean the world to them.
Can you say hi?
Already in some early meetings between James and Elise, there are promising signs.
I'd mentioned he's not verbal yet, but he's already trying to say Ellie's name. He's trying to give some of those commands.
The Saligas appreciate all that the puppy raisers did to help prepare Elise for her new life with James.
Congratulations, Skill Companion Team, James and Elise.
Oh, it's very humbling to know of such generosity.
And Elise's puppy raiser hopes to keep up with their progress.
I think I'll have visitation rights.
Watching union after union brings out a range of emotion in response to happy connections and sad goodbyes. The Heralds watch graduation knowing it is their final minutes with Albie.
I'm feeling lots of things. I feel happy, I feel sad, I feel like I'm going to really miss him, but I'm so excited that hopefully he can bring something to a family out there, or someone out there who needs extra help.
Their final goodbye is said in private.
Very tough. You know, he's part of the family, so now we miss him already.
You're our best friend and we will always love you.
They leave with a certificate, a lot of memories, and the promise of what the future may hold for Albie, becoming one of many dogs making a difference at Canine Companions for Independence in Irving.
We're so grateful. This will change our lives in unimaginable ways.
Yeah, I always enjoy my visits out there, and you can find out about upcoming events and how you can get involved with Canine Companions at cci.org. Also, you can catch up on our earlier stories by checking out the Canine Companions playlist at youtube.com/the City of Irving. Infrastructure projects and more are expected to be among the topics discussed at the next town hall meeting. It is set for Tuesday, March 20th at 6:30 p.m. at Georgia Farrow Recreation Center. It's open to everyone. Now we head back to Irving's Toyota Music Factory for an event focusing on economic development. The Dallas Business Journal, along with the Irving Chamber of Commerce and Las Colinas Association, hosted Corridors of Opportunity Las Colinas inside the pavilion. Panelists talked about a lot of new developments, including the music factory and Verizon's Hidden Ridge project. They also talked about why companies are choosing to locate in Irving.
There's not a concentration as powerful as what you have in the Las Colinas area and the urban center.
We looked at a lot of different places, but the choice was easy, and the choice for us was Las Colinas just because of, you know, the live, work, play aspect.
You know, I've relocated a few times in my career, and there's this settling thing that occurs where you live where you want to, work where you have to, and we like both of those to be done in Irving.
And if you want to hear more, we will have that entire event posted on our YouTube channel. Leaders celebrated the grand reopening of Sam's Club in North Irving, and that event came with a special donation for police and firefighters. Check it out.
I want to thank you for coming today to the grand reopening and ribbon cutting ceremony for Sam's Club.
We're really excited about having the opportunity to re-grand open this building. We've been in Irving for 17 years. We've spent the last 34 weeks really remodeling this building and adding some of the amenities that you see today. So we wanted to celebrate that with the community today and appreciate the community's support over the 17 years.
That's one of the great things about this facility is that they keep up with the times. Even though it's been here a long time, they modernize on a regular basis, and they just did a huge redo of the facility itself.
That's one of the big amenities that we added was the walk-in produce. We also added a walk-in dairy cooler for milk, eggs, things like that. And then we also expanded back in the fresh meat area, a really nice offering of high-end cuts of meat and seafood and fresh on-site made sushi.
We've chosen the Irving Police for a $1,000 grant.
Part of what they do is they give checks out to different charity organizations around.
That's the real story, is what does the store do for the community?
The police department, fire department both receive $1,000 grants from us.
Obviously provide more activities, more room for activities for the kids involved in the PAL program. You know, any opportunity we get to get a better location, that's going to help us out.
I think that's an important thing in our giving back to the community. I think it's important to note that we do a lot of that.
That business is located at 1213 Marketplace Boulevard. In other news, here is a new way to plan your next visit to Irving Libraries. The team there has created 360-degree tours of the branches. You can navigate them with your mouse, on your phone, or even with virtual reality glasses. Along the way, you will see icons that provide more details about library services. So far, the virtual tours are available for the South, East, and West branches. Valley Ranch will be posted later. Find these virtual tours at cityofirving.org/3221, or you can find them through the main library site. The Easter Bunny will be out at Irving's annual citywide egg hunt. It's March 24th at Heritage Park. This is video from last year's event. There are separate egg hunts for various age groups, so parents or other caregivers will want to check the full schedule at irvingevents.org. Along with grabbing those candy-filled eggs, there will also be a petting zoo, and all of the attractions are free. And with that, it's time for our Pets of the Week. Here's Brett at the Animal Care Campus.
Hello everyone, I'm Brett Wheeler, and I'm letting you know we have dogs, we have cats, and we have Michael Whiteside to tell us about this week's Pets of the Week. Michael, we have a trio of dogs here. Tell me who we have.
Well, this week we have Clara right here. I'm holding Bailey. Hi, Bailey. And then this is Chub Chubs in my lap right here.
So these three were brought in together?
Yes, they came in together as an owner surrender. The owner, I guess, had a newborn baby, and it turned out that the baby was allergic to dogs. The interesting thing about these three is Clara she's about almost 9 years old, and these two are her children. Because we know it would be difficult for someone to take in 3 animals, we're not requiring that they all 3 go home together, but they do love each other immensely. They love people. They love to be held. I hate to think of them not being together, but again, I think anybody's going to be able to give them a great home, and they'll do fine once they settle into a new environment.
All right, Michael, we have a big dog here with a very, very prominent name. Who do we have here?
This beautiful girl here is Artemis. She is about 4 years old. She is a pit bull. She came to us from one of our rescue partners who had taken her in. Her owner was actually homeless, but was, still trying to care for her, and they just couldn't care for her any longer. But she's about 4 years old. She's really sweet. She's very strong. But she's kind of like a puppy. She does know a few commands. When she takes treats, she takes them very gently from your hand. She's definitely going to want to be with someone that's active, or, either has a yard or that likes to walk or run. But she's going to make a great companion for someone for sure.
All right, now we moved in here to Cat Central, and everyone talks about I Love Lucy, but what about Ethel? And right now we have Ethel. Michael, tell us a little about her.
This is Ethel right here. She is about 6 months old. She came to us, she was actually surrendered to the city, and then we pulled her from there. But she's a real talker. She's a real love bug. She loves to clean herself. I think every time I walk in here, she's cleaning herself. So she's a super clean girl. But she's really friendly. I mean, she is still young.
She seems a little like a ham, too. She was kind of hamming it up for the camera a second.
And she is. She's definitely a ham. I have quite a few photos of her where I caught her while she was cleaning, and then her tongue sticking out and pointing her paw to the camera. And I liked to joke around that she just wasn't a fan of the paparazzi when she was in those unflattering poses. But she does have some character for sure, but she's for the most part just a love bug. I mean, look at that. How can you resist?
Ethel is also obviously very cute, but there are also some other events that are going on this month for the DFW Humane Society. What's going on?
Well, next up, March 17th, we will have $20 pet adoption, so all animals in the shelter that are ready to go home will be available to adopt for $20, so it's a great time to come out and find that perfect family member. And then right now we have registration available for our WAG Walk and Roll event. I still always mess it up. It's kind of a little bit different than your normal walk because there's no set distance or timing. Just come out for a couple hours, walk on the Campion Trail. We'll have some vendors, some music, and then we'll have prizes for the top fundraisers.
Those are my favorite type of walks where there is no pace being set. And not worry about being the slowest one there. Guys, look up for more information about that. And back to you, Thomas.
All right, Brett, thank you for that. The Animal Care Campus is located at 4140 Valley View Lane. It's open Tuesday through Friday from 11 a.m. until 6 p.m. Then on Saturday, the hours are 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. Also, check out the websites you see on the screen. Volunteers are cleaning up a historic cemetery in Irving, and it's one that just got a big commitment for future help. That story next time on City Source. Also, improvements are coming to Irving's Heritage Aquatic Center. Find out about some of the changes in store. And on a much lighter note, find out why this Irving police officer is getting all of his hair shaved off at the music factory. All that and more next time. Remember, you can always email us to let us know what you think. Our address is ictn@cityofirving.org. You can also find us at youtube.com/thecityofirving. Subscribe to our channel so you can get notifications and be among the first to see our videos. Also, give us some likes while you're there. And that's it for this edition of City Source. We leave you with a look at Millennium Park Fountain. Thanks to everyone who was a part of this one, and thank you for watching. We'll see you next time.